Okay, and we are live. So, welcome to today's meetup. Today we'll be doing TDD. Yeah, okay. So today I'll start with unit testing. If you have interacted with unit tests, so there is unit testing and also there is RSpec. Yeah. So the following meetup is written EG. Uh-huh. Yes. Testing. Yeah. Let me say testing. Let me call them libraries. You can use RSpec for testing or unit testing for, yeah. Yeah. So today, okay, let me create a directory. Right. This is the most live. Okay, guys. Okay, let me create a directory. You guys, I needed you guys in front here. Mnadanganya mnaona na muone. Amtumi. So, okay. So, let me create. Let me first create. So we want to do unit testing. So with unit testing, let's first, okay, before we start the tests, we will be handling, let me use a calculator, a simple one, connect unit testing. So how unit testing works. Let me first create a file called test calculator. .rb. So with unit testing, it's a good convention to start your test files with test then. Yeah. So I have this. Then, okay. So another thing is that, okay, let me go to my browser. Let me first, I can't access my, okay, let me check something. Huh? Oh, mine is, So, what I want to check for, it's a Ruby doc. There is, okay, it's very. There is the test unit class. Is it a module actually? So, unit, nah. What? Hey. Oh yeah, this is what I needed. Oh, what I'm doing. So we have a module, the test unit, the one we'll be using. So, so if you are using the module unit case for your test, you have to inherit from, I'm using the usage, for example. So my test, I'll have to record the library. So when you install Ruby, it comes with this, the unit test library itself to enable you write tests. So if you want to do the tests, you'll require the test unit itself. Then after requiring it, then you inherit from this. Questions up to that point? So, it's the module is test unit. The class is test case. So this is a way of we are inheriting, but from the test case class. So this is so in the module, in your structure, you have a test module, then you have a unit, then inside you have a class defined. Yeah. So we are actually testing from a class, but it's just that our class is inside a module. Yes, Crafty?
I was saying, so it's like from file name import class name. From file name import class name.
Yeah. Okay, so from that, I think now what I'm writing will not be. So before even I require. So assume I have my class. So let's call it test calculator. Then you have to inherit from, as you have seen. Okay. It's the test unit test case. Okay. So test unit. And it's the test case class. Yeah, so that's our class. Then, for you to inherit, of course, you have to require the test unit. Yeah, so from here now we have our testing environment set up, yeah? We can now start doing our tests. So, assuming now I want to test probably, what can I test in a calculator? Ideas? I do what? You can. So, thank you, Sigu. So, I create a method that says I want to test addition. Yeah. So that's my method. For me now to create, I want to now test an addition. Yeah. Okay. Let me. Okay, it's just okay. From this point, I want to test an addition. So probably I'll define it in my class somewhere. So for me to when I'll be calling the add method, I'll be calling, it's an instance. There are two options, either it's an instance method or a class method. Okay, for now, let's use instance. Like I think Linda and Akim, you were creating instances, then calling a method on your instance. Yeah? You are doing that, yeah? So at this point, let me say I have, let me assign a variable A. Let me assign a variable A, which is my object. Then let me create an instance of calculator. So in my test, I'm expecting I have a calculator class. I have a calculator class, then I'm instantiating it, yeah? So at this point, I have my calculator in short. So, but I want to, here is now the object. So I want to assert, okay, I think at this point, I can run my test to see how is our progress. Okay, let me just shift. Okay, it's Ruby test. Okay, let's see the behavior. Okay. So we have an error, name error, an initial, huh? Yes. Linda, are you seeing? Eh? Oh, no, no, huh? There. We have an error, right? Which is, oh, and somebody can monitor. Stacy is on. Oh, she left. Oh, no sad. Okay. So, the error, Akim? Name? Name error. Linda? Okay. Fee? So, we have an error at this point. Is telling us it's an error, an initialized constant. We have a test calculator, this. So this means, then it points to you to where we tried to use this calculator at this point. Yeah. So this is a class, yeah. This is a class, which we still don't have. So in short, it's telling us our constants, yeah. So this error is telling us you tried to look in its, remember we have our class is called, okay, let me go back. Our class is test calculator. So in this case, it checked if it had this test, if it had this calculator class anywhere in the test calculator class. I don't know if I'm making sense. So this, what this means, you can see it's a test calculator, then dot calculator. So I tried to look it inside there, then haikuipata, sindio? So to solve that, we have to create this class. So let me create it in another file. Let me call it calculator. Yeah. Then, okay. Okay, so I now have my calculator class. Then let me okay, before even I define it, I have to, being that I have a test file this side and what I'm testing is another file, I have to make it available here, yeah? So I'll have to require this file. So let me require it relative to the directory that I am in. Then now I can define my class. Any questions up to this point? I have good students. Okay, Crafty.
Well, nimeshajibiwa lakini I wanted to ask require relative.
Oh, I am checking for that file relative to the directory that I am in.
Okay.
So the directory that I'm in is the meter directory, yeah.
And
I created, okay, let me, if I do a less here, I have calculate. So I'm searching this file relative to the directory I'm in is meter, yeah.
So if it was in another directory, what would you write?
Oh. So now that's, you'll go outside.
Yeah.
With the
path.
So now you'll add a path to now there.
But it's still relative. Require relative something else.
So you can do a require like in line 1. So require in line 1 is actually requiring anything that is in the load path. There's something called Ruby load path.
Yeah, where your installations usually load.
Yes, exactly.
So like the first one will not actually start from my directory. It goes to its home mode. There are two specific directory places it checks. Yeah. So when you usually install something, see there is actually one place where they all go. So it starts looking from that part when you use the first one, which is required. Okay, so in this case now we have We have a calculator class. We created it in a different file. Then we have made it available in our test file. Yeah? So I think we can look at the progress of our tests. Oh, our test has passed. So it has
What
passed.
shows it has passed?
Huh?
What shows it has passed?
What shows it has passed is this dot here.
And
If
the,
it's
and
a
the green thing.
actually, yeah, you can notice. Okay, let me go up. If it's an error, you'll have an E. If you have a failure, you'll have an F. If it is a pass,
Kerry,
you'll have a dot.
Idiot.
why is your failure not red?
Oh,
No, as in,
we don't have a failure. It was an error actually.
yeah.
It was an error. We still have no failures. So probably okay. You'll see in the next.
So we get an amber, that is yellow. For
Whatever that color is, yeah, that's
For
what we
error.
get for.
and then we get red for failures.
We'll see.
Yes. So at this point, yeah, everything is okay. So now we can test that. We can test that. So we are equal. So assert equal. Oh, it takes two arguments. Yeah, whatever you're comparing, ensure that they're equal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are
So
setting
do you start
that.
with the expected or the actual?
It's usually. Oh. You start with what you're expecting.
Or then,
What you're expecting and the actual. We can always reverse and see
okay, what happened?
what happens. So we have
What happened?
we already have our object A. So we're expecting we have an add an add method. Okay. So if we pass it was a 1 and 1, we're expecting a comma 2. Yeah.
That's a 1 and a 2.
This is we're expecting a hey.
Hey.
This is still a 2. Okay. A 3. Any questions up to that point?
So,
Yes. So I'm testing that. I created an instance of calculator. I'm testing that for that. An instance of calculator is like you have a calculator class. Then kuna calculators mingi, si ndio?
Yep.
So ni kama calculator yako sasa unataka kufanya addition.
Object.
If you create another instance, probably utaita B of type calculator ufanya addition yako ya experience. So in this case now I have my calculator. Now if I add 1 and 2, I'm expecting 3. So let's see the test.
Okay, hebu ngoja kidogo. Just
Yes.
go back. Hii assert equal.
Mhm.
Na kaa nakumbuka. Nimesahau kwa mute.
So, if my memory serves me right, assertion is actually a confirmation.
Mhm.
It's a strong confirmation that something is true. So, I can, if I'm sure that Kevin is male, I can assert that he's male. Something that I'm not sure if I can assert. So, assertion is something you're sure is. So I'm asserting equality, assert equal. So that means if I do a dot add and I give it 1 and 2, I expect it to be equal to 3. I assert equal. So you're asserting that the first value equal to the next. The first value is a dot add, give it the 2. Whatever the outcome, whatever will be returned by that should be equal to 3.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, so let's see. This is the progress of the test. So, anyone who can spot anything, right or wrong, now just at this moment,
Mimi kulea kwa maji.
Anything right or wrong?
What's the error? Hiyo tunarudia wawili.
Oh, yes, Linda.
No method.
Hmm?
No method.
Meaning? In full, just continue.
And define the method
For?
for the
So, from that error, any ideas what that means? No method error undefined
Give us a
method.
surprise.
No method error undefined method add for calculate.
How commuted?
But in this, actually, at this point, this error is just telling us we only need a method somewhere called add. It doesn't care. It has not, it's just, okay. The error is just undefined method add, yeah? So like you have just said, we need to define the method, yeah? Okay, and we should define it in the calculator class. So in the calculator class, let's define a method add. Okay. Yes, we have done what it expected us to do. Let's see. Oh. Okay, it's still complaining. So this time, Mister, this time what's the problem?
This time we have a method that to an argument error. Wrong number of arguments, even 2, expected 0.
Yeah, so in our tests, we were calling the add method and we gave it to
One.
but we defined our method that it has. So expected 2.
And we gave it 0. Meaning we did not give it.
So okay, so that means solution for that will be
We give our function parameters.
okay. So I give it x and y. Okay, let's see. Okay.
Now it gives up the year.
Yeah, now you can see the filler is color.
Red.
Oh, okay. So
Who can spot the field?
yeah.
It's addition.
Huh?
It's addition.
Filler test addition.
Test addition is the method. Is the test.
Yeah.
What are you expecting and what are you getting?
Oh, okay. Just go down to this point.
We are a team. We are a pair.
Okay, go to this point where I've highlighted. Anybody with an idea of this? What this part from our failure? Being that it's a failure. What do you think?
We said that on lane, that is lane 6, we were saying that our add method will take 1 and 2. We're expecting it to return 3. But yeah, we're expecting it to bring back 3. That is our expectation, which is the 3. 1, 2, and then the 3. That is what we're expecting. 3.
That is what
Yeah.
we have given.
Kevin, I think we have this reverse. Because we
Oh,
can't
the
say
expectation.
name expected but was 3.
You should say, yeah.
We're expecting 3.
A test is usually
Yeah.
an expectation.
Exactly. So we can't say, because if we read that, it's saying nil expected, but it was 3. It
So-
should actually be 3 expected, but it was nil.
Yeah.
So probably the solution would be, if you go to line 6, interchange 3, so we start with 3, comma, a dot add 1, 2. Probably that.
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
We're interchanging the method, the expected.
How?
The method.
Yeah, because I think we should start
it's
with
not supposed. It's not supposed to be that way.
Yes.
why. Okay, if
So-
you think, just a minute, Kevin.
Oh,
If you think, you forget to mute yourself. If you think, if Crafty thinks it's not supposed to be that way, then go back to the error. This error is not making sense. Nil expected, and that is not what we expect. We expect 3.
yeah.
But it's saying nil is expected.
Yeah.
So actually we expect 3, but we are getting nil.
So
We're not adding.
let's see if
We're
we
getting
change.
three.
Let's interchange the argument for
Unless
assert
you
equal.
need to commit the
We see.
Yes, just interchange the argument
Let's
for
just
assert equal,
change
then we see what
this.
happens.
So, oh boy. Okay, now let's see if. Yeah, now it's making sense.
Yes, expected, but we got nil.
But we got it.
Yes, that now makes
Yes, Miss.
I don't. We always start with the method. Yeah. Okay. In Python, we always start with the method and then what we are expecting. So, in my opinion, we are getting a nil because in our method, the method add method, we're not doing anything.
You notice that probably in code actually usually started
Yeah.
expected this actually. It's usually started with expectation, which is what you it's usually expected this,
But got this.
whatever you are doing in your method.
So our tests
Yeah.
tells us we are expecting
Expecting.
3,
Yeah.
but our method does nothing.
Yeah.
whatsoever.
gives us nil.
Nil.
So the previous one was not making sense because it was telling us that we expect nil, which is not the case.
Okay, so at this point you expected 3 but got nil. The solution will be Linda. Hey. The 10 pixels. Any ideas? So we have a failure.
I'm actually muting
The
it.
simplest-
So
Oh, what is the simplest way to solve this failure? We have in our test, our expectation was if we had 1 and 2, which is our expectation is our result should be 3 if we call this, yeah? But it's telling us it got nil. When it did that, it got nil. Yes. A side note. Okay, we just interchanged such that the error could make sense because whatever you usually test is your expectation.
Okay, Kevin.
Against what is
On,
That was a side note.
on our disagreement, can you just go to the Ruby docs and check for assert?
for SAT.
Yes. Okay. Let me do that. You continue. Let me.
Okay. Linda, Hakim, any ideas at this point? The simple. Which you have already defined, Mhm. So before we tell it how to add, the simplest way that we could solve this. You give me 3. So the simplest way will be I go to my method. I just put a 3 here now. We are returning 3 now. Yeah. Yeah. So at this point, our test is passing. Yeah. At this point, our test is passing. Yeah. But what happens now if we change the arguments in our tests? Let me replace that with 8. Eh? Wait a minute. Oh, this should be, yes. Oh, let me leave that. Oh, so let me undo that. Yeah. So, so that has passed. So this time when I do, so this time, 12. If I do not end it at probably 7 and 5. Oh, you can see now this 12 expected, but I got 3. Yeah. So I should change the method. This, which one? This one. 12. So if I do 12. If I do 12 now, you can notice it has gone out to line 6, yeah, which was the previous, which the expectation was 3, but now got 12, which we have just inserted. So okay, let's put we all, yes. So it's like shift. Oh, let me put like this, yeah. So okay, let me run the error first. So usually Ruby methods executes the last line. So you can notice it's still at the line 6, though we have a 3 and 12. But it's still, our error is still at line 6, still saying 3 expected but was 12. So it executes actually the last line, which is the 12. So in short, our method is not flexible enough. Yeah. We need to make it flexible such that it adds whatever we give it. 100. Yeah. So, what do you think you can do to make it flexible enough? Oh, interchange. Okay, that's nice. So, DD P. Okay, let's see. So if we have interchanged, so the first one has passed. Now we are at the second one saying. So this time it's saying, so like I said, it executes the last. So at this point, our last line is, what's the, which is line 4, which is 3, yeah? One has passed because line 6 has passed, so that's why it has gone to. If line 6 did not pass, the error will be at line 6. Yeah, 0. Oh, 0%. The whole. Oh.
It's saying 0% passed because within one test we have 2 assertions, and
the whole
that one test never passed.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it has 2 assertions.
So
But
it's 1 or 0.
Right? It's
100 or 0.
Yeah.
No, that test,
Oh,
it does not pass
Yes.
the test itself.
Yeah.
So when we're checking how many tests have passed, it is not one of these because you have two
Because of the
assertions in it.
assertions, okay.
Yes. And just for information,
percentages per test.
percentage, yes,
Like that.
the test that passed. So,
So if we had 10 assertions
In
and
one
one
test.
failed, that is still a failed.
you can see from the
Yes.
records you have one test. You have one test.
two assertions.
Two assertions. One failure.
One.
So for those who are doing RSpec, the assertion is the same as the expectation. So for RSpec, you say expect
Yeah.
add 7,5 to equal 12.
Yeah.
In Minitest, you say assert equal. Kevin, sorry. Let me just share my screen. Here we have the assert equal documentation.
Expected.
Okay, please stop talking. Thank you. Unajua ukiongea na inatoa nini? So assert equal, you give it the expected value, then the actual value. And optionally, you can give it a failure message. So we give it what we expect. So we expect 3.
Yes.
Then to get the actual value, we have to call a.add. Yeah, so it is not the same as what you guys were doing in Python.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So,
Also, you notice that even in the changing it's not really making it very simple because it's executing the last line in the method. Then line 6 has passed because our return value for the last, what is executed in the last one is 3. Yeah? So line 6, our expectation is 3, so that will pass. If it goes to line 7, our expectation is 12, but the method returns 3, so it definitely will fail. So, any ideas making it now flexible enough such that both can? Misa, a solution to this?
I think we should try.
We should?
We should try to write a method that is not specific. Like, because we have two assertions, right? And only one can pass at a time. So we could go to our add method and try to make it general.
Such that?
Such that we pass it parameters and then it adds. Like we pass it X and Y and then it adds X and Y, not 1 and 2.
So in short, our method
should be more
general.
Yes.
Yeah, I was asking now, how do we make it that general?
by introducing the parameters and variables. Parameters.
So already we have X and Y.
Okay, X plus Y.
In the test.
No, in the add method.
Okay, so X plus Y. Okay. Huh? Yeah.
So far we managed to add, sindio?
Yeah.
Okay, sanga.
Yeah, so far it's good, yeah? Okay, let me test something. How about if we another session? So let me say I'm expecting no. Oh, I'm expecting an error message probably. When I do and if this is a string and the other one is a string. Yeah. So let's see. So, I'm trying to add now. What happens when you add now two strings? But in short, I'm not expecting, when you call the method add, I only expect numericals, or I'm only expecting numbers. So, yeah, I'm only expecting numbers. So probably if you pass strings, my expectation is should probably tell you something like not a number. Like you are seeing not a number expected. Oh, but was so it has, yeah, Cindy. Huh? Yeah, I'm okay. You're saying something? Yes. Okay. Okay, so in my method, let me have a let me have a so in my method, for me to check if a number is numeric, in Ruby there is a way of checking if something is numeric. We have a numeric class. A numeric involves all numbers, floats, integers. That's numeric. So, but in my test, I don't want somebody to pass a string, a number string in short. I'm only expecting numericals. So I can, to pass this test, probably I'll check if X, there is a Ruby method for is_a. Yeah, is_a, for example, if A is numeric, and let me use, I can use that. And Y is also numeric. If those two both are numeric, then do this. Else, I should say not. Okay, let me just type something. Not a number. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what happens at that point. Oh, so this means, you can, not a number expected, but was. Yeah, so it's even telling me the differences. Nice. So I can. So not a yeah. Yes, and our test is okay now. Oh, I was to convert this to RSpec. I don't have time. Okay, guys. So that's the that's the meetup for today.
Question.
Yes, question.
I can see in your computer it's 5 WB. What's WB?
Whatever that is. Oh, I'm Russian. You can see.
Kevin, for your information, this is Oromo.
Yeah.
This is Oromo, Ethiopian.
Not.
It is not
Russian.
Russian. It's an
Okay.
Ethiopian thing.
Okay.
Or a Kenyan, if you might be.
Man.
But you look like an Kenyan.
An Ethiopian was using my laptop during the weekend, so I'll readjust the
But
setting.
you also
after
look like
this.
a North Kenyan.
Huh?
Oh yeah, the girlfriend he was talking about last time.
I think it's the girlfriend.
Okay, thank you guys.
What are you going to do in 2 weeks' time?
What we're going to do next week it will. What's next week?
Rails.
Girls, Mombasa.
Okay, Gary knows.
Huh?
Get him.
Okay.
When the pillow is removed, the house falls down.
So what about the other week? Okay. The other week, what can we do?
Can you do a recap of everything we've learned on Well Grounded? We can do a recap of what you've learned on Well Grounded release.
Okay. Oh, the key moments. and
Yes.
key-
Yes.
Arguing about, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it will be fun. I'm just praying that reverse doesn't happen to
A
me.
class is an object and an object is
Hey.
a class.
And it's an instant of
We also have
not
something like
class.
that.
You also have
A
something.
type
A type
A
is
is
a
an
type.
object.
It's a
Eh?
type.
A
type is of type.
Type.
Hey.
Yeah, type is
Hey,
So who
okay.
came first? The type itself or it's
Yeah, which one
The
goes
type
first?
came first, then the type came second.
So it's type came first.
Type came first.
Yeah.
This is not ending anytime soon.
Oh, so the other week we'll be doing a recap of. There's a book.
Yeah.
Ruby. So we'll be doing a recap. Well-grounded rubies. Yes, Misa is just correcting me. Okay, thank you, Misa. So we'll be doing a recap on the well-grounded ruby.
East.
Well-grounded rubies. Okay. Thank you, guys. It's been fun. Till next time.
Bye.
Same time, same microphone, same damn laptop.
Adios, guys.
Adios.